Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Chris H with Techie Shabai, and as most of you know already, the tablet market is pretty saturated with the likes of Apple, Samsung, Lenovo, you name it. Pretty much every big electronics manufacturer makes their own tablet. Now, I guess that's what makes this one in particular a bit more special. This is the Pixel C from Google. Now, I've had the chance to use it for the last couple of weeks, and I have to say, so far, I really like what it brings to the table. It actually has some tricks up its sleeve. Now, is this worth your hard-earned $500? Let's find out. Specs-wise, the C is no slouch. It features an NVIDIA Tegra X1 processor with a 256-core Maxwell GPU, a 10.2-inch LTPS LCD display, which is 2560 by 1900 or 308 ppi. It has 3 gigabytes of RAM. It has internal storage of either 32 or 64 gigabytes. It includes an 8 megapixel camera on the back and a 2 megapixel camera on the front. Has a 9243 milliamp battery, and it features a USB charging port and stereo speakers. So the first two things that you'll notice about the Pixel C is the display and the battery indicator on the back. The display on the Pixel C is absolutely gorgeous. It's bright, colors pop. Watching movies, playing games on here, it's an absolute pleasure. The screen on the Pixel C is really nice. I love it. The battery indicator on the back is actually pretty cool too. You turn the device over, you tap where the little light bar is, and it'll show you how much battery you have left. So if you have 50%, it'll show you 2 bars. If you have 75%, it'll show you have 3 bars. If you have no battery left, then it'll basically just be red. So I really like that feature. I thought it was a pretty innovative way of displaying the battery life on the tablet. When the Pixel C came out about 5 months ago, most of the reviews about it said that the hardware was absolutely fantastic, but the software was lacking. There was something missing. And to this day, it's kind of the same. So out of the box, you get Android 6.0 Marshmallow, which is basically the same operating system that's found on a lot of other Android devices currently. That particular software isn't really made for tablets. Now, about a month and a half ago, or maybe 2 months ago, Google released the Android N preview, which, in my opinion, is definitely catered more towards the tablet's devices. So you get multitasking. If you go into the settings menu, it's kind of set up to be more tablet-friendly, which is really nice. So if you do have a Pixel C, I would highly recommend downloading the Android N preview. Yes, there are a little bit of bugs here and there. The battery life maybe isn't as great, and you run into some occasional hiccups with some incompatible applications, but man, having the ability to do multitasking and some of the more tab-friendly user interface tweaks make it a very nice operating system to use. So about a week ago, I reviewed the iPad Pro 9.7. I said it was hands down the best iPad you could buy. Now, as far as it being a PC replacement, I said it wasn't quite there yet because it was lacking some software and even some hardware features. I just didn't really particularly care for the keyboard. Now, one thing I will say that Google isn't doing, it isn't trying to be like Apple, trying to say that the Pixel C is the ultimate PC replacement. In fact, when you look on its website, it talks about it, being or having a premium design. It talks about the battery, talks about the being able the ability to hook up the keyboard and going from swiping to typing, which I think is all true. But it definitely doesn't go into saying, hey, you know what, throw away your old laptop, throw away your old desktop. Your Pixel C is the only thing you can use, and I have to commend Google for doing that. Now, in order to get that extra flexibility with the Pixel C, you do have to purchase the optional Pixel C keyboard. Now, coming in at $149, it's definitely a little steep. However, it is a really good keyboard. Now, comparing this one to the keyboard found on the iPad Pro 9.7, I found the Pixel C keyboard to be much easier to use. I was able to type quicker and just felt overall much more comfortable. Now, Google did a really good job designing this keyboard. Not only is it easy and comfortable to use, but it's also simple to connect. All you really have to do is touch the back of the Pixel C with the back top of the keyboard, and it connects via magnets and also connects wirelessly to each other via Bluetooth. Now, the other great thing about this keyboard is the hinge. I can sit on the couch and put the keyboard and the Pixel C while it's connected to each other on my lap and have no problem typing or using the device on my lap. Now, Google claims the battery life on the Pixel C is approximately 10 hours. Now, after using it for a couple weeks, I have to say that mine is probably about 8 hours, give or take. Even before downloading and using the Android N preview, I noticed that it would drain a little bit more than it should while the display is off. And now with the preview on there, it's draining even more, which is to be expected because it's a beta software. But battery life is a little underwhelming, especially compared to what it's supposed to get. Now, like most tablet cameras, I typically don't recommend using them as like your day-to-day camera. And the same can be said for the Pixel C. I mean, outdoors, it takes pretty okay to decent pictures. But if you're indoors and there's low light or not the ideal light, it's not going to really take the best pictures. I will say, though, comparing the camera on the Pixel C to the iPad Pro 9.7, the iPad Pro 9.7 has the better camera. Both aren't great, but I have to give the edge to the iPad Pro. The one thing with the hardware that I felt was just a little bit concerning was on the bottom left portion of the glass display. Now, if you even put just a little bit of pressure in a certain spot, you can feel the display move up and down. So I don't know if it's just like an air pocket or just an empty space in the tablet that there's nothing there, but it just feels really weird. It feels like it could potentially be an issue in the future, and it actually kind of reminds me of the old BlackBerry Storms. Now, to sum everything up, I do think that this is hands down the best Android tablet that you're going to be able to get right now. The hardware on it is excellent. The software, even though it's a little underbaked, is definitely improving. There's no doubt about that. And for the actual tablet itself, you're going to be spending around $499 for a 32GB model, which in my opinion is not a bad deal. Now, if you're an Android developer, I believe you can get a discount off of that to sort of knock it down by like $100, give or take, which is icing on the cake. So if you have that, take advantage because it's a really good deal if you can get it at that discount. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. Please leave a comment in the section below. Maybe you guys agree with me. Maybe you guys think that this is the best Android tablet out there. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Maybe you think that there is a way better tablet out there that's cheaper. If so, let me know about it because I want to take a look at it. I want to review it. My name is Chris H. with Techie Should Buy. Please like, please subscribe. Hope everyone out there is doing well, and you'll see me in the next video.